Hello fellow scale modelers, welcome back to another video. It's your host Ray. Today I've got the Hardwood Furniture Company model kit produced by Walthers as part of the Cornerstone series, and this building is an HO scale. Okay, that was an earful. Let me break that down. So this building kit is, as I mentioned earlier, called the Hardwood Furniture Company. You can see that on the water tower right here. Um, and this kit is produced by the Walthers Model Train Company as part of their Cornerstone series, because they do have a series of building kits, and most of them, I believe, or all of them, I think, are some type of building. And I have quite a few of them, and this is just another one to my collection. And this is an HO scale, and that is 1/87 scale. So yeah, I'd like to talk about first what's included in the box, and in terms of customization stuff. Then I'll go over all of the details it features, and then at the end of the video, I'll give you my personal opinion and point out any sort of issues that I had, as well as talk about the modifications that I did to the building, because there is a few things here and there that I modified, added, or I don't think I left anything out. So I was about to say left out, but I didn't leave anything out. Um, so yeah, there's a lot to talk about, and this video, I will warn you, is going to take a decent amount of time to get through, anywhere between 10 or 15 minutes. So grab yourself something to eat or drink or both, and just sit back, relax, and watch. Alright, so I'll just jump right into it. First, I'll go over what's in the box. So when you open the box, you get your typical parts sprues and instructions. And here's what the instructions look like. I found a PDF online on the Walthers website, actually, and I got to download the instructions, and this is what they look like. Feel free to pause the video and read them if you can. I'm not sure if you'll be able to, due to the text being small. And if you can't read it, or if you'd like to download the PDF on your own, there's a link in the description where you can download the instructions. This is from the official Walthers website, so it's nothing fishy. So yeah, now that you've had enough time to look at that, this is what the footprint of the building looks like. Just take a second to look at the measurements and stuff. And I'm just gonna say it's a lot bigger than what you'd think it is. Like, or for me at least, it was a lot bigger than what I anticipated it would be. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, when you open your box, you get your parts sprues. You get enough resources as well as a decent number of spare parts to build one building. However, if you look in the instructions, you can buy multiple kits and extend the length of the building, which I find really cool, but at the same time, highly unnecessary, because one, that would be really expensive, and two, I just see it kind of pointless. So yeah. In terms of cosmetics, you don't get any sort of paint guide. They don't really tell you how you should paint the building. So this is how I painted mine. I just used some Rust-Oleum matted or dull spray. I'm not sure what kind of finish it's called, but you can tell it's not reflective, so I think it's called matte. I just used that kind of spray paint, masked everything off that I needed to, and then spray painted, and voila, it looked like that. And you can tell it's definitely different from what's provided on the box art, so I guess that's cool. Decals and stuff, this kit does include water slide decals, and this is what they look like. You can name your building one of 3 different names if you're going to do this correctly, or the way that most people would do it. I wouldn't say correctly. You can name it anywhere between the Hardwood Furniture Company, which is what I did, the National Furniture Company, I believe, and the Superior Furniture Company. One of those 3. And you also get a number of stickers for like parking and like just safety hazards and stuff. So that's quite cool. Overall, pretty customizable. There's really almost no limit to what you can do with this. So I highly recommend it for someone who's creative and who really likes this stuff. Alright, so now I'll go over each of the building's features, which means I'll go over all of the details and stuff that are included and the stuff I feel like I need to point out, as well as the modifications I did. So yeah, let's get right into it. So here's what the wall pattern looks like on basically all of the building. If you couldn't see it very well before, I'll just show you right now. Yeah, that's what that looks like. But really, it remains consistent all the way out throughout, well, the pattern remains consistent from the ground up to the roof, so I won't go over really anything there. So here's where all the details come in. So First on this side, you might see a little, it's going to be very hard to see, so I'm going to try and adjust the camera the best I can to show you. So you can see this little weird black piece here. This is a standpipe according to the instructions. I'm not sure what that's for or really what its purpose is, but you get 3 of those in the kit. You can only use one, or there's only one spot for one according to the instructions. And the reason you get 3 of these is because the way that the parts were, how can I put this? The parts were put on the parts sprues. The need for extra parts, specifically the window supports, was so great. They just made 3 duplicates of the window parts, or the window parts sprues, which also included a few other spare parts such as doors and like the standpipe. So that's why you get 3 of these. So if you do end up losing one, don't worry, you're covered. You still have 2 more that you can use. Down here you can see some below ground floor windows, I guess, so you can get some light in there, some natural light. Geez, my desk is kind of like, there's a few bumps here and there, so it's kind of hard to move the building. Here's the main entrance. You do get a staircase, and you have to assemble this by individual parts. So you have to assemble both side panels, attach those to the main stairs, then attach this entrance part up here to the said stairs, and then finally attach the stairs to the building base. This is the building base. As you can see, it's a little bit this step here is a little bit longer than the other steps, so yeah, it kind of doesn't match. That's not a complaint, I'm just pointing that out. And of course, here is the main front door. All of this that you see painted green that my pencil is pointing at, that is all one part. You cannot position the doors to be opened. They are permanently closed. And you get 3 of these parts due to the extra parts required due to this part being on the one of the duplicated part sprues. And here you can see the Hardwood Furniture Company decal there. I just felt like putting that there. Here's the other side of the, that's what the rest of the windows look like on the other side, on the right side. So yeah, I'm not going to go over that too long. Alright, so I'm done with the front of the building. I'm now going to transition to the left side of the building. This is what the left side of the building looks like. Again, from here, from this point upwards, the wall pattern remains the same. Excuse me. But here things get a little interesting. So you have your window here, some more below floor windows. And then you get 2, I'm not sure what I should call these, 2 shipping doors. I'll just call them that. Or payload transfer doors, whatever you want to call them. These can be positioned either open or closed, I believe. You have to position them in the open position. You'd have to modify the doors a little bit so they can actually fit to be in an open position. But yeah, you get a grand total of 3 of these in this kit. There's 2 of them right here, and the other one is on the right side of the building. And this number here and this shipping marking, as well as this number and the receiving marking, these are from the included decals with the kit. So yeah, these aren't spares or anything, as you might have seen earlier. And here you can see there is a gap, and this is done intentionally. Right here, there's actually, the purpose of this gap is so payload cars from trains can go in here and, on your diorama obviously, unload supplies into the building so they can manufacture the furniture that they are manufacturing. That's all I have to say for the left side of the building. Now we will transition to the rear of the building. Here's the rear of the building. You can see that the gap does continue throughout the whole length of the building back here, and you can see 2 again, payload transfer doors. I really need to learn the names of things better. 2 payload transfer doors right here. Those can also be positioned in the open or closed position. And if you're curious, there is no details inside of the building. The inside of the building is just hollow. So take that into account if you want to position the doors open or closed. Yep. That's all I really have to say. Just take a good look at this. I didn't put any decals here, so there's no decals to see back there. Yeah, if I'm going too quickly, feel free to pause the video, but I'm now going to transition to the right side of the building. Here's the right side of the building. You can see the wall pattern remains the same, and got a quick interruption, sorry. Sorry, one of my family wanted to talk to me really quick. Okay, where was I? You can see the wall panel remains the same, as well as this is almost a mirror image of the left side, but you can see that the second shipping door here is missing. It has now been replaced by a employee entrance door, or that's what I marked it as with the included decals, and you can see there's a door right here. Here's the third shipping door that I was referring to, so yeah. Sorry for the reduced camera quality. Rotate this really quick. There you go. Alright, so you can see that you get a set of railings here. You actually get 3 sets of these railings, I believe. Because this is one of the this railing part is on one of the duplicated part sprues. So I'd also like to point out that this railing, it's one part here. This side part here that I added is is a customization that I added. It's a modification. I used the extra railing parts that are included in the kit because you do get a few spares if you don't break the ones that are out in the front here. You do get a few spares, so you can modify those and put them wherever you want. And I decided to put one here because it seemed a bit more practical for so if someone was walking up here, they wouldn't fall over on this side. Not sure if you guys could understand that, but I hope you guys got my drift. Yeah, that's basically it. I'll now transfer to the roof of the building. So here's the roof of the building. As you can see, there's a few structures on here, and as well as the majority of the modifications that I did to this kit. You can see the roof. You can see what's this called? I forgot what this is called, but there's this thing which grants roof access. A water tower styled anywhere between, I believe this is a 1920s era water tower. This is included with the kit, so I find that really cool. And of course a chimney. And this yellow thing right here, this is a completely custom modification that I did, as well as the control box and I'll explain the parts that go to this that are a modification. This is a 1950s era civil defense siren. There was hundreds, even I believe it was anywhere in the thousands of these installed all across major cities in the United States. And the reason they were installed was because there was a fear of a nuclear attack from the Soviets. And thankfully that day never came, and now there's a lot of these that have been removed from major cities, but here and there you'll find some in the American Midwest as well as a few cities. They've been repurposed as tornado sirens or other purposes, but yeah. So that's what that is. I won't talk about it too much. If you want more information on this, because I do specific reviews about these things, then feel free to visit the link down in the description below. I'll put a link to the video where I explain more about this. Onwards from that, you can see that there's some what appear to be black lines from your screen. These are actually little rungs that allow someone to climb up to gain access to this section of the roof. So I just added that. These are plastic parts from a different model kit, so they're spare plastic parts. They do not arrive with the parts in this kit. Alright, so that's it for the statistical review, or just overall cosmetic review of the building. That's all I really have to say. If you don't want to hear my personal opinion about this or any of the issues, then feel free to just stop the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and share this to your friends who might like this. If you want my personal opinion, keep watching. So overall, it's a decent kit. The instructions, they're different. I'm not used to that type of instruction where you have to read everything, so I didn't like it too much, and I actually didn't read the instructions until after I built the kit, which ended up hurting me in the long run, because a lot of the parts I had to end up modifying and sanding and cutting so they would fit together. This kit was almost a botch. It almost failed, and I almost had to throw it out, so I'm very lucky that I have this building. Overall, it's still a decent kit. I recommend it to an experienced modeler, someone who's had experience with building scale models. And make sure you have the adequate supplies for it, specifically a sharp hobby knife with interchanging blades or switchable blades in case you break a blade, and quick setting glue. That is a big one, quick setting glue, because the walls are hard to attach, so be careful with that. But yeah, that's it for this video. My phone's almost out of battery, so I better finish this up quickly. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if I took too long, and if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask down in the comments. I'll answer them as soon as possible and to the best of my abilities. But that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. See you later.